So here I am live. Huh? This is a totally different type of live, improvised, and I'm just gonna go in with the talk, so that afterwards people, when they come back to this video, my channel, they don't have to wait 15 minutes of talk before lounging into whatever it is that I want to say. So here we go. Let's dive in. I don't see the chat. Let me see if I can see the chat. Live chat. Can I see it? Well, I can only see the name appearing every now and then. So sorry guys if I don't see all the messages. I'm on my cell phone. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I just want to talk about today. If you were following the story, probably you saw. Ciao Andres. Ciao John. If you were following the story on Instagram, then you probably know that I was really early outside today. I took my camera to shoot a vlog. I live in Amsterdam already for many years. If most of you don't know, ciao Yamil. I'm on my phone again, so bear with me. I just wanted to come here like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just to share. Yeah, my first thoughts. Truth to be told, apart from the period of more or less quarantine, I stayed home quite some days, just going out to do grocery a couple of times, and I had a little walk because you can, but outside where there is nobody. I live outside the city, so there is really not much danger in that way. But it's been at least 3 weeks. It's been at least 3 weeks that I didn't come into town in the middle of Amsterdam. And so this morning, Lonica, she had to go to her studio. So we took the bike from my house and we pedaled into the city, which is like a 6 kilometer ride. And like I said, I haven't been in the city for like 3 weeks. And this morning around 11 o'clock, when we finally started to get into the center of the city, I was pretty shocked. I was pretty shocked because I saw a city that I couldn't recognize. I mean, most of the places, like, the big square, like the Dam Square, which is, where the Queen Palace is, was just empty, the square, which usually it's like crowded with people walking everywhere. And then there were some people, but just like really scattered, and the main street with all the shops completely closed, everything closed, not a soul walking on the street there, where usually there is like people walking in and out. You have to follow like one side of the stream of people, because on one side they're coming down, on one side they're going up, so you basically follow the stream depending where you at. Ciao Lopez. And it was really strange to see for the first time the city so empty, like passing by the Anna Frank's house and not a single person, of course. Every museum, everything just empty. Not a tourist. I went, like I even walked in the red light district, which usually, like the red light district where the sex workers are located. Usually it's the big attraction, of course, of this city. Now, good or bad, it doesn't matter. I'm not getting into that, but like it's just a part of the culture, a part of this, the country and city, and everything was shut down completely. I felt like as if I lived in a place in ruin, where just people were going places, just starting over from a long period of hibernation, so to speak. And then it occurred to me, like, wow, this thing is truly changing the shape of society. Like before I was home, like I said, I stayed home for 3 weeks without getting into the center. But now seeing it like this, it really brought a completely different awareness. First of all, the first question, the first thing in my mind is like, how long is it gonna take? How long is gonna take for this to go back to normal, and all the implications related to it? I'm also a business owner, and my work has been already slashed to basically zero because we deliver to restaurants, and like me, there are probably thousands of other shop owners or business owners which they're not working. And and then you wonder, like, when is going to start over? How are we going to start? It truly just immediately came into my head that this event this event that we are all going through is going to shape up a completely different future, as the potential of shaping up, ciao Carolina, as the potential of shaping up a completely different future. Just one pause. Again, I'm on my phone, so sometimes I don't see all the live chat. Sometimes I get the message popping out, but it's not as clear as when I'm on the desktop. So bear with me. I'm just here to do a little bit of rant. And so Corona is truly changing our lives. And we don't know yet, because somehow there's a part of us, me included, I long to go back to the past. I long to go back to the way it was, like the way it was working, and just have the usual worries, so to speak, and then now you realize how petty those worries were when you're confronted with bigger worries, with bigger uncertainty, with decision making which is radical, which it just keeps you sharp on the moment and go like, all right, what are we going back to? You know, I was just listening to the news with Alon outside here, the Dutch news, and they were doing some calculation wherever, and they're helping out soon. So there is a little bit of relief. But at the same time, like they were talking of different scenarios of, if it takes 3 months, or it's one thing for economy, like it's one thing that is you're going to get some damage, but it's recoverable. But if it lasts for 6 months, it could just wipe out entire parts of the economy completely. And Lon, she was telling me that already now people are not buying any clothes. Nowhere, no shoes, no clothes, not online. People are not buying this shit because you realize you just don't need this type of stuff. We don't care about the way we look. Ciao, Nick. Ciao, Nick. 6:30 in the Philippines. Hey, good morning, man. Good morning. You wake up early as well. I'm just here. It's actually 11 o'clock here in Amsterdam, and I'm doing a little rant about my vlog. I was all week, I was all day shooting this vlog because tomorrow I'm gonna edit it so you can see the CD as well. But I just wanted to share some of my thoughts, and it's truly, now seeing it in person, being in the city and see nobody, see no tourist, all the hotel closed, all the cafe closed, every shop closed. It just felt truly, truly, truly surreal. A city that I've never seen like this. Never, 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 never seen like this. It's absolutely surreal. And then you become instantly aware of the implications for the future. This thing, it's truly reshaping the way we relate to consuming and priorities. It's truly reshaping the way we also think about ourselves. We long to go back to see each other. We long to meet friends. I haven't touched. I'm lucky because I have Lon in my life now. In this, in this moment of my life and my existence. Um, I have her, and we have been sort of in quarantine together, and we both, of course, we have each other, and it's the only person I can hug, and I'm totally happy with that. I'm totally grateful. But then also, like, you don't meet friends, and it's also very strange. So we long for this extended desire of being in a convivial environment and jovial evening out, or having a pizza or that kind of stuff, immediately becomes more relevant now. This sort of desire for communion, in the open outside. And yes, like Carolina is saying here in the message, health is the number one thing, and then love and health. So I see, like, again, I'm affected directly by this, like many, and there is both excitement and uncertainty. All that I've built in the last 10 years, it feels like it's just crumbling under my feet, because just society stopped, the economy stopped, and therefore I'm affected like everybody that is having excitement, because this is a moment where things can change for good, and people will realize even better how to distribute power. And it's also interesting to see how our leader in this circumstance will act. Now it's the moment that a lot of people need help. Now it's the moment where funds and the reliefs have to arrive very quickly, because they just cannot starve people. We just You just cannot let an entire side of society, which is basically the fuel of the city, just disappear. So it's going to be also very interesting to see how the leader around the world, they're going to handle a situation of crisis. And we will be witness to the true intention of leaders, and what are their priorities. So this is also an incredible time for humanity to witness historically how this is going to be handled. And after we're through with it, uh, those people will be accountable forever in history. So I still have hopes. Sometimes I'm afraid. Sometimes I'm worried, like many of you. And I think, I don't know, like Lon, she was telling me that was it the Pope that is asking to like tomorrow at a certain time all of us to pray together. And even though I'm Italian, I'm not a big Catholic or anything, or ascribe to a specific religion, but the thought of uniting in a prayer, to me, is actually quite appealing, because there are so many things that I don't know. And I think that the idea that humanity can unite to concentrate some thoughtful energy towards, like, to in a prayer, perhaps hoping for a solution to be found. And it seems also quite profound, like, truly, I somehow believe that millions of people focusing on the same intention through a prayer could be quite powerful, and perhaps at an energetic level could do something. Like, um, I'm not like I said, I'm not specifically ascribing to any religion, but um, there is so much things that I don't know, so that I'm willing to be open. You know what I mean? So perhaps tomorrow, whatever this thing is of uniting in prayer, I will do that as well, because I believe that it's always through this great collective consciousness of humanity, that we can somehow inspire one another, support one another to find solutions. And this is a time of crisis, and this is the time where that solution can come. This is the time where, you know, with the support and the hope and the prayers and whatever and the love, we might reach that goal. So Yeah, again, we're here just 15 minutes. I just wanted to jump in very quickly to share those thoughts with you guys. And we are in this together, and it's changing our lives each and every day. Hopefully for the better. Hopefully we'll find a solution because, um, I know that certain people regarding the death of elderlies, like we tend to look when things start to become a little bit too abstract, that we look at numbers and we start to go like, oh, it's 20,000 people compared to a population of 7 billion.7. It's not such a big number. It's mostly older people. To me, it bothers me a little bit when we start to look at people in number, because nowadays, especially, even older people, even somebody that is 76 or 80, it can still have a pretty good life for another decade or even more, you know? And sometimes a lot of people, they stay sharp for a long time. And all those people which they're gone, they're the loved ones of so many. So I don't ascribe to the fact it's like, okay, this happens in nature and this virus is targeting older people, the weaker. But, it's also our job to ensure the life and the health of everyone from the moment that they are born to whatever length of life they can live. Because I give you another example. In the near future or somewhere in the future, probably the lifespan of humanity will reach easily maybe 115-year-old. And we will look back at a time where people died in their 70s or in their 80s. And the people of that time, they will think like, wow, those people, that they were so primitive that they lived half our age, So the new normality, perhaps, I don't know, maybe in 10,000 years or 1,000 years, depends how quick we are with understanding biology and cells and DNA or whatever completely. The new normal will be like 170 years, 150 years, So you also have to consider those things. And that's the reason why I believe it's our responsibilities to try to keep alive a human soul for as long as possible. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to come up and do a little bit of rant. And to answer Carlos' question, no, I didn't receive the plaque yet. I guess it takes a few weeks to arrive or whatever, 2 3 weeks, I don't know. As soon as I get it, I'm gonna show it at home. And so, guys, yes, I just came here for 20 minutes, a little rant, little talk. Hopefully, this video will be watched also after that I finish the live. And if you like the talk, just share it. And yeah, uh, soon you will see the vlog tomorrow. So always spread love. And I wish you a good evening, guys, to all of you. Thank you for joining the chat. It was really improvised as usual. You know me that I like to improvise. And I'm grateful for all of you to join. And I'll see you soon. Keep always positive vibes, like Carolina says here in the chat. And always spread love. Let's take care of each other. Ciao. And now let's find out how you end a live on a phone. Perhaps clicking here. Good evening, everyone. I love you all. Ciao.